Philippines as the great overseas.
Ang programang magbibigay daan upang talakayin ang mga isyong may kinalaman sa ating karapatan bilang mga Pinoy sa Britanya. Kwentong nagpapalakas ng loob at bubuhay ng bawat pangarap upang ang tagumpay ay makamtan tungo sa magandang kinabukasan.
Mga balita at kwentong kapupulutan ng aral na magsisilbing gabay para sa ating mga kababayan. Legal na usapin, ihimayin upang lubos na manawaan, tamang gabay maaring mailaan.
Balitang walang kikilingan, bawat isa magkakaroon ng boses sa dapat pakinggan, mga isyong dapat masolusyonan. Mga usaping pilit iniiwasang pag-usapan at harapin, sisikapin naming abutin sa ngalan ng katotohanan, pagkakaisa at kapayapaan.
Mga kwentuhang pakikipagkapwa-tao, pagtutulungan at pagkakaisa bilang mga Pinoy sa iba't ibang bahagi ng Britanya, bayanihan at kumustahang magbibigay inspirasyon sa ating mga kababayan.
Ganda ng buong Britanya ang hatid namin sa inyo. Pasyalang kagigiliwan, kwentong simple, pero kapupulutan ng aral. Biyahe, lakwatsa, at kwentuhan, tiyak mag-e-enjoy kayo.
Iba't ibang kwento ng buhay, nais naming isalaysay na aral ng buhay ang tangi naming inaasam.
Sa bawat larangan, angat kakabayan, talino at galing ng Pinoy, hinangaan at may magpanglaki sa buong Britanya.
Mula sa salaysay ng bawat buhay, kwentong palasyo patungong paraiso, hatid namin ang saya, inspirasyon at galak sa lahat ng Pinoy sa buong Britanya.
Galing ng Pinoy sa mangdako ng mundo, nag-iwan ng marka sa larangan ng industriya.
Mula sa Pinoy, para sa Pinoy, sa Britanya.
Ako si Amy Balyao.
Babo Gamboa.
Carol Panday.
Rapa.
Susan Pilais Robinson.
To ang Britanya ngayon, laban lang!
Magandang hapon viewers, mga kababayan sa Pilipinas at viewers natin dito sa United Kingdom. Today is Saturday, the 12 of February. Nandito po tayo sa isang bahay ng ating idolo. Yeah, si Madam Charito Romano. At ngayon po'y matutunghayan natin ang kanyang interview at ang ati pong isang napakabisig at napakagaling na interviewer, kundi si Babo Gamboa. Itanong kay Babo. So ito po sila ngayon at tunghayan po natin ang kanilang pagsasalita, or they're going to have the interview later on.
Okay, so thank you very much, Attorney Amy Balyao. Oh, biro mo yan, ma'am. Sa pangalan pa lang talagang sumisigabong makatawag din sa mga Bisaya eh. Anyway, thank you very much, and we welcome all of you in our program Britanya Ngayon under the segment Itanong kay Babo. Actually, ma'am, this is a very long-running show for current affairs, news and current affairs, which we like to bring any news, anything that we think is very significant news for Filipinos living in the UK. So we saw it fitting that this time we have with us one of our pride as Filipinos, Filipino nurses here in the UK, our awardee, mama. Sorry, it's awardee. To overemphasize it, British Empire Awardee, Medal Awardee. Yan po. Of course, si Ma'am Leonardo, how should I say this? Charito Leonardo-Romano. Oh, puro foreign lahat yan, ha? Hindi ba talaga Italian yan? Anyway, as we said a while ago, as we was introduced to us by Attorney Amy, we have with us a woman that made news, especially in this during the time of pandemic. a woman who made us proud in any way, and any small way. She contributed, and yet it made a mark in the history of Filipino nurses here in the UK. Now, mind you, ladies and gentlemen, we have 40,000 or so Filipino health workers here in the UK. And our guest has championed all of this. Sabihin na lang natin ganyan, ano? So we'll talk about it extensively with her. We'll talk how she got this award. Also and here with us, Ma'am, I think your mic is already ready. She is going to say a bit of herself so that we'll have more or less a clear picture of who Charito Leonardo-Romano is in person. See, Ma'am, give us a few minutes of your introduction about yourself, where you work, and perhaps what you do as a profession. Thank you.
Hello po, good afternoon po. Britanya ngayon sa mga kababayan po natin na nanonood, Pilipinas at UK at sa international. Magandang hapon po from UK. Nandito po tayo ngayon sa Itanong mo kay Babo sa
Yes.
Britanya ngayon, and I am very honored to be asked to be your guest, one of the guests of this very popular segment in the UK now, Britanya ngayon. Maraming salamat po sa pag-imbita sa akin, at as what Babo is asking, I am Charito Leonardo when I was still single, and I'm married to Ronnie Romano, so I am now called Charito Romano.
Is
There's
it in
a bit of
any way,
confusion. There's a bit of confusion because I'm Charito Leonardo, but I'm Charito Romano now.
But are we sure it's Filipino? Because it sounds Italian to me.
Opo, alam niyo naman po ang mga Pilipino, no, madami po tayong kasaysayan, ang mga salinlahi natin. Pero po tayo ay tunay na Pilipino sa
That's it.
dugo at sa
Sa gawa, sa lahat.
gawa, sa hibla ng ating buhay.
Ay,
Isa
that's
po
it,
ang
that's it.
Pilipino.
So siguro sabihin na natin, kayo po ay British looking. Ang asawa po natin Italian looking. Kasi Leonardo din naman, di ba? Also,
Parehas pong native Filipino.
native. Okay, that's it. So that's very it's very light, madam, no? I didn't really expect you that you are that shall we say very accommodating. Actually, nung pagpasok pa lang namin, talagang they prepared for us massive food, by the way, which really shocked me. And
Ano po
really,
tayong Pilipino, no?
of course,
We talk and laugh with food.
exactly. So I'm really very happy about that, because sa una pa lang na pagkikita, no, pagkakataon, and I really felt that you're really very wholesome, a warm personality.
As you know po, tayo po mga Pilipino ay kilala sa ating pagka-hospitable.
Yes.
Kaya po, Pilipinong-Pilipino pa rin po, kahit po tayo nasa UK na.
There we are. But anyway, as we said, as I was asking you, we had a very short conversation a while ago. You were working as a nurse. Would you like to perhaps
Opo, dumating po
elaborate
ako sa UK noong 2002 as adaptation nurse. I registered as a nurse in 2004.
Yes.
Yung pong extensive na adaptation course, no? Tapos po, ako po'y pinalad na maging rehistradong nurse sa UK. At nabigyan po ng pagkakataon na i-practice ang ating trabaho, no? Ako po ay nurse sa isang nursing home. I started in Emberbrook Care Home as Better Care. And just recently, I moved to our Brook House, Abupa Care Home in 2018.
Yeah, I know for the fact, I know Bupa. Bupa, by the way, it's a very, I know it personally, because I know the care home. Is it an agency or it's a company that caters to care homes?
Opo.
It's a care home company. I know for the fact that a lot of Filipinos are taking on high positions, meaning they're either deputy managers, clinical managers, and a lot. They take in a lot of Filipinos, including yourself.
Opo.
Yes.
That's
So,
true po. Bupa is a private care home po. May mga care home, residential, and dental clinics po. Yeah, ako po ay isang regular nurse
Yes.
dito po sa care home na ito.
Okay, but before we go into the award, what bed capacity is this care home that you're working?
Arbrook Care Home po is elderly for care. We
Mm-hmm.
have 42 beds, and that is including elderly, palliative, end of life,
Oh, okay.
dementia, and Alzheimer's all together in combination po.
Mhm. And I believe Bupa, a care home Bupa, it is spread all over.
One of the biggest care home provider po ang
That
Bupa.
exactly. That's what I was saying. I think, do you know the number?
Oh, you
Roughly.
caught me by surprise.
So it could be, one of the biggest. So
because
I would imagine.
Sa dami po ng home, hindi ko na po
Yeah,
makita.
exactly. I know that because as I said, I know it by heart. I've worked with Bupa once. Not me as a carer, but I mean, in some of the cases that I handled there, especially with the nurses.
Opo, Bupa also have hospitals.
Exactly.
Bupa have, So,
So it's a long running and private care.
Opo.
Private care. So here we are, Ma'am Charito. Now that you have started off with our conversation about your work as a nurse, maybe your history, but now you have received this very prestigious award. And rarely do I hear that this award is awarded to a Filipino, for everybody, to the UK wide. So I should just imagine you say British Empire Medal Award. I just hear this on the news. I just hear this perhaps mentioned by a lot of British. This is one of the pride by which they award citizens who are one way or another must have contributed to society in extraordinary means. Because we're not saying not everybody is awarded by this award, so to speak. So can you more or less give us an idea on what this award is all about? Is it just given for, shall we say, the healthcare providers, nurses, or is it open to all categories?
So BEM po is British Empire Medal.
Okay.
Ito po ay iginagawad a meritorious act civil and political po during pandemic. Ito pong
Or maybe
award,
not only pandemic, but during the times of crisis.
during the time of, pero po ito
Okay.
BEM na na-receive ko po ay during the pandemic crisis po na very recent.
Okay.
So nagsimula po yung ating pandemic nung 2020, although it started in 2019, that's why it's called
late
COVID-19.
2019, yes.
So yung pong award na ito po ay naigawad dahil po sa meritorious act during the pandemic.
Wow.
Award. So hindi lang po ito para sa healthcare workers, ito din po ay open po sa lahat, carer, civil workers, volunteers, sa lahat po na may na-contribute po during the pandemic.
So when you were saying, the moment you said meritorious award, on the merit alone, because it hardly could be able to, shall we say, achieve a certain level of merit on what you're doing. It must something be very extraordinary to be recognized.
Opo,
So what merit are we talking about?
Ito po, isa din po ito sa aking sorpresa, dahil po I only know about OBE award, yung
Okay.
pong mga pasyente ko, sila lang po yung kilala ko na may OBE award dahil po sa kanilang lifetime achievement. So when I was given this award po, nakakasurpresa din po, and I never know how it have happened. But of course, eventually, my manager have told me that he was one of the he is the one who nominated me, seeing how we worked during the pandemic. Kasi po kuya, during the pandemic, it all come as a shock to us. Wala pong nakakaalam kung ano ang gagawin natin during the pandemic.
Exactly.
So, lahat po tayo nang huhula. And during that time, sadly, nursing home were left on their own. Of course, health
That's another thing we need to discuss later on.
Health came later, but
Yes, that's true.
I think that's one of the meritorious that was seen by our manager. The staff in Arbrook House worked together hand in hand.
Because let me cut you there, because I think that that happened, medyo napabayaan as what you said, because the British government focused on to hospitals.
NHS.
Kasi nga sa volume of people who die, and
Yeah.
at that time.
Which we understand as well. Which we understand that NHS is more in need at that time. So, but then again, there's a lot of lives as well left in the nursing home, no?
Mhm.
Resident-wise, patient-wise, the staff ourselves
Yes.
was also left
You were
do
struggling.
whatever they can.
You
Yes.
you were really struggling
Coping,
beyond your means.
coping for the COVID, that's all new to all of us.
Mhm.
So, yun
So
po.
I think doon na yung siguro. That's why they would say that they need to single you out. I mean, they really have to see what you've done under the circumstance, under difficult times, under the fact that, of course, you were saying medyo napabayaan. But anyhow you did it. You did it in spite difficulties. So there you are. I think that is the reason why they saw in you the being a Filipino, maybe.
Siguro po. Alam niyo naman po tayong mga Pilipino, ano po, we are resilient.
There we are.
We just do what we need to do.
We thrive in adversity.
Thrive, yes.
Nabila mo yan.
So at that time, I think, but of course, that is with the help of all our Brook staff, no, Kuya?
Of course.
Not single-handed
It's a
because,
team.
yes,
It's a really team, so to speak. But it so happened that you represent the team. And you champion the team, among others. So there you are. British Empire Medal, it is awarded yearly. Yeah, it is awarded yearly, and they just pick out individuals.
They will ask for nomination from I think, the care provider, and they will set their nomination. I think it will be sent to the cabinet office, will be seen by the prime minister and the queen to look at it for finality.
Wow. And that is something.
Opo.
Because, mind you, mga kababayan, this is not just talking of Filipino care health providers. We're talking of volume and a great number of people who are in the care sector, including British, born here.
Everyone po is it's open for everyone, and also you can also decline. So if you are nominated, you are given the choice.
If you're
Will
not
you
sure.
accept it? Will you be happy to accept it or not? So I think what happened to me, they wrote to me which I was in shock really, and I thought, lagi ko po to sinasabi, no? Akala ko po income tax revenue na naman po yung sulat sa akin. Dahil yun lang po.
Ganun bang dating nila?
Yun lang po ang laging sumusulat sa akin, ano?
Yes.
HMRC. Sabi ko, what did I do again? Will I need to pay again? So, but it came from cabinet office asking if you want to accept or you want to decline.
Wow. See? So, there you are, mga kababayan. Very prestigious. Very prestigious, but no less than a letter coming from the cabinet. Yeah?
Opo, actually po, I think this is one of the prime of my nursing career.
Wow,
Now,
of course.
Whatever.
So when did you get this award, by the way? Did you really meet the Queen personally to do?
So, sinulatan po kami
Yes.
that first of all po, they said that you are being nominated, and then the second letter po is to confirm that you will receive the award, but you are not allowed to tell anyone.
How can
From December 1st to the awardee, to the nomination list came out December 31. So you cannot really.
I think I know why. I think I know why they don't want that out while it's still not being confirmed.
Until the publication.
Kasi
came
sabi,
out.
these are sought after awards. So who knows? Diba? I mean,
And
politics and all this.
It
But
is really, really kaka-proud po talaga. Not only to the nursing side of the country, but also as a Filipino nurse
Exactly.
here in the UK.
trained, grew up, and born in the Philippines.
Opo.
Hindi naman sa ating masabing na very native British because you exactly look very, very Filipino. So you cannot deny it. So kahit paano din naman, that award is really meant for those who are extraordinary in what they're doing. So that ano will prove to us na walang kulay-kulay po. That's nothing to do with politics, nothing to do with the race, color, or creed.
Nothing po kasi po nung inaward po itong BEM sa akin, it was the publication came out on the 31st of December, and the award was presented in October, and it is a multicultural reception po really. There's two British, there's an Indian, there's
Wow.
yeah, multicultural po. May Nigerian and mayroon pong actually, in our area, as you were asking, Kuya, no?
Yes.
The Queen, we did not see the Queen because of the COVID.
Oh, yeah. That
And
time I
the
think
award
it was
was taken
restricted.
so long because, events are not allowed.
Organized,
and
exactly.
That, meeting people are not allowed. So in
Exactly.
October, finally, it only happened in Saray, our area. And I believe other BEM awards
Were
was
given as
given
well.
in their area as well.
But represented by the Queen.
Yeah, represented by the Queen, yes.
Okay. So there you are. By the way, we'll have some viewers and also one of our members, si Susan.
Hello po,
Vlog
Ate
ni
Susan.
There you are. Idol din naman ng masa yan.
Hello po.
Paborito natin yan as far as travel is concerned. Susan Pilais Robinson will be shooting up her question. I'm not sure if she's ready with her question. Susan Pilais Robinson. So while we are waiting for the questions, Madam, I'm also amazed myself because, by the way, this is the first time for me to interview Filipinos who are, shall we say, extraordinary in their own field, which also I kind of like challenge myself. How can really Filipinos excel in a faraway place, foreign? This is, and we have, of course, we have language barrier. We have all the barriers you can imagine. Yeah. So what perhaps you can say contributed a lot to your success on this? This is, to me, this is very successful. What is it?
Kuya, to tell you the truth, there's a lot of Filipino here in UK who are doing really well. There's a lot of Filipino. I am not the first Filipino who have been recognized in the field of nursing.
But don't get me wrong. But you champion all of them.
Siguro po, isa po dito yung aking training background, no? I graduated in Wesleyan University, Philippines. They were very good in nurturing us, not only physically, mentally, and in the field of nursing. I only graduated in the province of Nueva Ecija, but I can really tell you the process that we have undergone, the training that we have went through.
But this is a science high school, I believe.
Science high school po, pero yung pong college is Wesleyan University,
Wesleyan,
Philippines.
yes.
It's one of the university in the Philippines that
So
have
plugging na
high
natin Wesleyan University.
Hello po, Wesleyan.
Nakita niyo naman, ha? We are very proud of your product.
Currently po, Dean, ang current po na Dean ngayon ay si Dean
Paano na?
Wilfredo Ramos.
There you are.
Hindi po kasi po kaklase ko lang po siya at
Really?
po ay siya na ang Dean ng
Dean,
Wesleyan.
there you are. So, Dean Ramos,
Dean Ramos po, hello.
you are very a credible institution
Opo.
because this is the fact. This is what you call this.
Hinulma po sa Wesleyan.
There you are. There you are. Medyo I'm just grappling with words, but medyo, it only shows that, we might say also that you come from Cabanatuan, isn't it? This
Cabanatuan
university.
City po, yeah,
So there
province
you
of
are.
Nueva Ecija.
So we expect a lot of quality produced, so to speak, nurses coming from Wesleyan, Cabanatuan City.
At saka po, as you know, Filipino traits, no? Masipag, matyaga, resilient, and
Of course,
and
we
really,
don't back
really
down on challenges, especially. I know, yeah. So we are very resilient as a race, and of course, not only that, talent-wise, let's give it from singing to maybe to care.
Yun lang po.
Baga sa mga kanta wag na pahawakin ng Pilipino kasi kung kumanta na yan at that's it.
At saka po taking pride, no? Representing the Filipino in UK. UK have been very good to a lot of us Filipino, not only Filipino, to all the diverse culture. They've been
That's
very
true.
good to
That's
us.
true. Very, very true.
Treating us in their country. So
Yes.
it's just well and good that we pay them back with the best of what we can
Yes.
offer.
And not only that, I heard a lot, of course, coming from all race, not only British. The feedback is amazing as far as the service, the care of Filipinos. So the feedback and the impression, it's not just a feedback, the impression actually is just amazing. There's no doubt about the quality, the skill as far as Filipinos concerned. So, Jan, what else? What would you say that friends, family, boyfriend, perhaps, might have really inspired you to do all this?
Actually po, yung asawa ko po at pamilya, napaka-supportive po sa akin. Being a nurse working, it's a 12-hour long shift and sometimes you do the extra mile. Sometimes you extend your work. And they understand. My husband po also work in a care home.
Okay.
But if I would stay late during the pandemic, pag uwi ko po, nakakain na po yung mga anak ko, well look after.
Nakaluto na rin.
Nakaluto na rin po. So,
May hot bath na rin na bathtub siguro yan. O mami, relax ka na.
So, yun po, yung family support and friends that it make a lot of difference kasi po they understood my job, they understood my work, and it's really a blessing they have them. We also have Our Lady of Lourdes Catholic Church near us.
Okay.
Doon po tayo kumukuha ng lakas, no? They were also been very good to us, supporting us not only physically but majorly spiritually.
So you're a very strong Catholic.
Opo.
You were raised up as a Catholic.
Opo, Catholic po.
Okay. So no wonder, because so much so that we're saying skill alone cannot do it.
Opo.
Yeah, it could be by conviction, moral, value. Yeah,
The value
this
that was instilled
to us by our forefathers, by our fathers, and of course by our environment.
Hindi lang naman po Catholic, no? Lahat po ng may mga pananampalataya as long as
Exactly.
you are
Exactly.
guided by someone up there.
Yes.
That
So
can
there you are.
guide
I think that's more or less we are getting the clear picture on what Charito Leonardo-Romano is all about. Diba?
Simpleng mamamayan po.
Kung sa mga kung sa mga pagkain, steak itong pinag-usapan natin. Kaya medyo malalim. Hindi lang yung mga pagtuyo-tuyo at mga diba? But as we said, Charito, I'm really amazed on how we come up with a lot about yourself because at the end of the day, we want to send a message to all Filipinos, no? That hindi po kayo, as we say, you should be proud. O yun na lang. You should be proud of being Filipino whenever you are, even here in the UK.
Opo.
Because not only are your efforts, your skills, your resilience is being recognized the world over, but it is being rewarded.
And recognized.
And recognized, exactly. Yan po, this is the classic example in the person of Ma'am Charito Romano. She grew up, born, raised, educated in the local school in the Philippines. Hindi naman natin masabing pang-Oxford naman siguro pinanggalingan. And yet, mind you, there you are. She got the very exclusive award that rarely, if not, it is not just being given away to just anybody. That's what I'm supposed to be saying. So, on top of this, Ma'am Charito, now that we discuss about your history background, no? Would there be anything else you might like to share to us that could maybe not, if not become a champion, at least become recognized as a good nurse in the in the UK? What does it take?
This is what I'm always saying, no? I never came across that I will be awarded during that time. We did not expect it.
One in a million yan.
Hindi po natin ito ina-expect. So what I'm just really going to say is work at your best.
Yes.
Work with honesty, dignity, and pride.
Maybe by the heart.
With the heart, of
Okay.
course. Yun po yung lagi kong sinasabi na work as if no one is looking at you. Have the integrity that you do the right thing even no one is looking.
There you are. That is the secret piece of what is being, the missing piece. Kasi nga sabi nila, intelligence alone, matalino naman ako, paano to? Walang nakaka-recognize ng effort ko. Kung sa balagay natin skillful, marami akong alam. And yet nothing is happening. There you are. So that is the missing piece. It takes a heart, as what Ma'am Charito is telling us. Do, even if no one is watching.
Kasi po, yung iba, gagawa lang kapag may nakatingin or, you know, but if you will do everything as if no one is looking, then
They're doing
eventually
everything right.
someone will really see.
And not only that, the output is
The
right.
output will be that
If you
will be
start it right, it ends up right. So, okay. Baka may mga questions tayo coming from Ma'am Susan.
Susan,
Yes.
kumusta na raw ang recruitment sa Philippines? Talaga daw bang kailangan ng mga maraming nurses dito sa UK mula sa Pilipinas o sa ibang bansa?
Okay.
Is there a shortage really? Of, yeah.
I don't know if,
very good question po,
Okay.
This is a very ongoing problem. I think since I came here in 2002, nurses always been short.
So there
I
you
think
are.
it's a global problem, not only in UK.
By the way, Germany is getting worse now. Germany, the only problem in Germany is they have no German-speaking carers.
Opo, mahirap pong
So what they do
mag-German,
is,
no? We are so lucky here in UK. We can understand English.
Exactly.
Pero recruitment po, as far as I know, there's a lot of recruitments, new nurses coming in. They are coming from the Philippines and I think India. They are subjected to OSCE process. Pero opo, short pa rin po. Malaki po ang shortage. My home alone, kailangan pa rin po namin ng nurses.
oh, okay, imagine. So when we say there's a shortage, how serious the shortage? Is it like maybe in a range of, let's say, 1 to 10?
It's very serious, kuya, kasi I'm talking only on my own home, no? Kasi ang company po namin, no job, no job.
Okay.
No vaccine, no work, no? So
Yes.
yung pong mga iba naming empleyado na walang
Talsika
vaccine,
na.
ala na po sila since November. So
Yes.
we are really having a difficult time recruiting because not everybody is
Of
accepting
course.
vaccine,
Of
no?
course.
So isa po yun sa hindrance. So yeah, I would say
10 as being, let's say, the most needed, and 1 as least.
yeah. So,
So,
probably 6, 7.
6, 7. So there you are. That's 70% needed. Huh?
Not only
Because,
nurses, carers, and other healthcare
because,
workers.
Because, you know, especially in this country, it's a big thing for the healthcare, especially for the old, because we know, in this country, they give a lot of premium to their old, the old British,
Elderlies.
the elderlies, the vulnerables, no?
They're well
Children.
looked after.
The right is really their rights is really
Another question.
okay.
Another question. We all know that Charito has been a deputy manager in one of the nursing homes.
Yan
Para
po, wow.
sa Charito, talaga bang may pagkakaiba yung trabaho ng Pinoy na talaga mapapansin mo compared to other healthcare workers without any biases from you being a deputy manager?
Oh, there you are.
Thank you po, Ate Carol, no? Yes,
That question, by the way, came from, is it, okay, so okay, go ahead. Okay.
Opo, as being previous deputy manager in my previous home, without bias po, there's a lot of difference when you work with Filipino and when you work with other nationality. Where I worked before, it's almost 70% Filipino.
Okay.
So you can make sure that everything is done. You can tell when the residents are more happy.
Yes.
And
There's peace of mind.
there's peace of mind.
So you cannot buy peace. So here, you hire Filipinos to buy peace.
But of course, not being biased, of course, there are other nationality who also work great. But because we are talking Filipino here, syempre, meron din pong ibang Pilipino na kailangan ng gabay, na kailangan pong tapikin. Kabayan,
Of
anong
course, of
mangyayari?
course. Yeah.
Pero mostly po talaga, you will have great team and great joy in working when you work with your
Filipinos.
co-Filipino.
It's not being biased, by the way. It's not being biased, not just because of the fact that she's a Filipina, but of course it's personal assessment, honest to goodness
Opinion.
personal assessment.
The
Exactly.
opinion is mine alone po. Wala po akong
Hindi naman,
nire-represent.
tama yun. Totoo naman talaga yun. Totoo naman talaga yun. And I think, next to Filipino, what do you think? What race or nationality do you think it's you can work good?
Tayo
so to
naman
say?
pong mga Pilipino, we can work with anyone, no? Without setting aside the race, as long as you have a teamwork, you guide them on a day-to-day basis. Kasi syempre po, hindi naman natin kayang magtrabaho na puro Pilipino lang. So, syempre po, yung mga ibang lahi po may mga contribution din. But it's how you dealt with your coworker, how you encourage them to work. So as being the nurse po or being the deputy, how you encourage them to join you for being more productive, how the positive attitude that say, come on, join us.
Yes.
Instead of isolating and segregating, it's better you join them and you encourage them. And then you can all be happy in a 12 hours work, no? Working in a care home po is not a joke. It's very exhausting. It's very tiring. As Kuya said, you need the heart to work there.
Yes,
Otherwise,
true. I know that because I used to work with a care home as myself when I came here.
It's how you. It's
The level
how
of
you,
care,
It's
very
how you
important.
lead the team to work
Exactly.
together in
And we
this
know the
diverse culture.
true. That's really true. And the work there is rapapap. Ang tawag namin. Mabilis eh.
Tuloy-tuloy po.
Walang pahinga. Yeah. So that's also one of my shall we say disappointment, if I have to say this. Kasi if only England would have recruited Filipinos, more Filipinos, instead of, well, I don't know what to mention.
Be careful, Kuya! A lot are watching.
Kasi, a lot of this certain recruitment contributed problems instead of helping.
Yeah, if we could have continued the recruitment
It could have
process way back in 2005.
This is an honest assessment, by the way, Ma'am Charito. This is just a very honest assessment. They just lost maybe on the process of why there was a point when they cut on the recruitment of Filipinos. But it would have been a better, a more caring,
more workforce,
in more caring healthcare workers in the UK, because we guarantee, me myself, to be honest, not being a Filipino myself, but what we are really trying to say here is that I can guarantee with Filipinos working in, you have efficiency. That's number one.
But the good news is, para po malaan ng lahat, marami na po ngayon ng mga Filipino nurses leading our NHS.
Exactly.
You have heard about the Filipino Director of Nursing.
Director po. Taga-amin po yan.
So,
Ilonggo.
Opo. So, maganda na po ang kinakatayuan ng mga Filipino nurses across NHS workforce.
Exactly.
Leading by Filipinos.
And mind you, Ma'am, in due time, you will be there. Let's just wait. In due time, as I said. But having said that, Ma'am, that's true. What can we attribute to a Filipino that makes him unique by himself in the care sector? Because you know what? Why I really was asking this? Because at some point, British government was trying to say, let's stop recruiting from the Philippines, because apparently there's just so many recruitment. We just look for other countries. They did that. When we became a EU community, our borders were open, a lot of Spanish here and there. They were coming in groves. But what do you think? What attribute of a Filipino that made him unique than in all other races? Hindi to racist. I'm not to say. Baka sabihin. Let's just say, in your own opinion, what made him unique?
Kasi po ang mga Filipino po talaga, they strive for the best. Coming from a poor country, and not every internationally, we are not given equal opportunity. Well, it's very big to say not being given equal opportunity, no? Pero kasi po, coming from a poor country, we strive to do our best to level up ourselves.
Yes.
We clamor for more information, more training. We don't stop.
It does. Okay.
We don't stop with our career progression, and not only by ourselves. When we work somewhere, we want that place to be up, to be one of the best.
Maybe because it's like this. From where we come from, our environment has been very scarce. There's scarcity. Kulang trabaho. It's, you know that. I mean, the way of life
Less
is not
opportunity.
less opportunity, exactly. Alam na po natin, we can compare life here to that when we were still young in the Philippines. Medyo may pagkahirap. Diba? We have so many, everything is struggles, everything is scarcity. So not only that, in education, you know, not everybody, shall we say, is given the chance, so to speak, to get quality education, to achieve, you know, because a lot of Filipinos, I should say, are very talented. Hindi nga lang na bigyan ng window opportunity.
Okay.
So there you are. That's everything completely said by Ma'am Charito. No? Coming from no less than the champion of all champions.
Salamat po.
Huh? We did not, no less. Lighter moments. Sige po. Ma'am, lighter moments daw. Yan ang demand ng director natin. Wala tayong magawa.
Opo nga,
sige po.
nakakapawis na po yung mga tanong eh.
Oh, wow. Wow. Sige po.
To become an awardee, to be recognized by the British government, especially by the Queen, how this award impacted you as a person, as a mother, as a friend? Alam ko, you've been a deputy manager, but for some time you give up that position because you have something that you want to prioritize in your life.
Oh, ma'am, by the way, gain and loss to, ha? Hindi lang sa pagkasabi mo, gain na lang lahat. Hindi po. What have you lost and what have you gained? Sige po. Go ahead.
As Ate Carol, no, I know Ate Carol for a long time, and we have shared intimate details, really. One time I have told her, I was a deputy manager before. As I've told you, Filipinos don't stop with career progression, no? But as you progress, Kuya, you're right, you lost something. So I have 3 beautiful children, and they are my life. They are the source of whatever I have in now. And at that time, Filipino kids growing up in UK culture, there's a bit of confusion, no? Nako-confuse sila between why my mom is not allowing me for sleepover and why my friend's mom is just okay. So I want them to assimilate in UK as a very good citizen, but I don't want them to lose their Filipino value.
Oh, there you are.
So I need to give up po being deputy, because working as a deputy manager have taken a lot of my time. I've been spending round about 80 hours in the home, and not to mention that when I come back home, I'm still doing
you still carry your
things.
pressures.
Yes.
Exactly.
So I think I said, you know, not everything is career and not everything is money.
There you are. It's well said.
My children needs me as they are growing, no? You don't want to miss the time and then you regret it later on. Yes, you've been a manager, and where is your daughter or your son now?
Exactly.
So yeah,
balance.
Yeah.
Yan po, ika nga, balance.
It's been overwhelming with the workload and pressure. So I need to step down and be happy working as a nurse.
And discover yourself.
And look, you went down and then somebody lift you up.
Yun na nga, di ba? So in other words, in spite of all this, you're saying, medyo sabihin natin, I have to give in, I have to lose some, win some. There's divine, shall we say, intervention in the end of the day, di ba? Napakagaling ng Panginoon. they just saw everything
went for a reason. And during the COVID time po.
Siguro I would say kung nag-deputy manager and you stayed on as deputy manager, hindi ka siguro na-recognize. I would say. I would say that just a thought.
Wala
Just a
po
thought.
mag-nominate.
Exactly. Wala mag-nominate because you'll be the one to nominate. Tama yun.
So yung po,
Tama
may blessing po. I call COVID in my life a silver lining. Kasi
Wow.
po, syempre po, I cannot
Defining
say it's-
moment. Wow.
Hindi ko po masabing good kasi there's a lot of people who died and suffered during COVID. But during COVID po, we have family bonded.
Mhm.
You know, during the lockdown, I have stayed with my family. My teenagers were growing up at that time. So when they were
Exactly.
locked down, they were forced to stay inside the house, kuya.
Tama yun.
So-
Mas nakilala niyo kayo. Isa kayo. Nakilala niyo sarili niyo. Yeah, that's the good thing.
Opo.
The good thing is, ma'am, your decision was timely, amazing, yeah, excellent in the
Wala pong
in a
regret.
sense, walang regret. And at the end of the day, you have the Lord with you, God in your as your weapon in all this, and your effort was recognized. That's the beauty of it, di ba?
That's it, really, kuya.
Because
Yung
as I
salita.
said, you are the champion of the 40,000 so Filipino health workers here in the UK. Hindi ito basta-basta, ma'am, if I were to say it. Because not everyone gets award. Come on. I mean, honestly, not even in all race. You're not only talking Filipinos. Thousands, in fact, millions others who are here. Okay? So there you are. We have with us, Attorney Balyao. Ma'am, let's go ahead.
Congratulations once again, and truly, sabi ni Babo, you're an inspiration to all of us, not only for the Filipino, but all over, all over the country. The healthcare workers, and not only healthcare workers. What you did and to achieve an award like that is phenomenal. So congratulations once again. My
Thank you
question
po.
is, ano naman ngayon ang iyong future gawain? What are you going to do now that, of course, you have achieved this award, and obviously you were saying that you also want to impart and share this with our kapwa Filipinos so that then they can be level up. So ano yung mga programa na gusto mong gawin to for our kababayan, and hindi lang sa kababayan but for the community that you're working?
Thank you po, Ate Amy. Yes po, ngayon po, isa po akong miyembro ng Samahan ng mga Filipino Nurses sa UK. FNA UK po, sa pamumuno po ni President Ariel. So, nagmiyembro po ako doon upang po makatulong po sa mga bagong dating na mga nurses. Isa lamang po yon. At saka po, even before the award, I am with Ate Carol all throughout, way back in 2005, supporting any Filipino cause to help our Filipino migrant people, not only healthcare workers, but other career-wise. So, nagiging active po ako. Kapag po ako ay tinawag, actively participating po ako. On my own, hindi po yung talagang active na kagaya ng iba. As I've said, my children are growing up, so sila po talaga ang priority ko at the moment. But to the best that I can, and if the schedule permits, I always support any Filipino event or Filipino to encourage our kababayan.
But let's say, ma'am, are you not looking at the avenue that you can be a teacher? Perhaps if an institution be inviting you, let's say, to be a senior lecturer, teacher back home in the Philippines, would you be able to do that?
Pwede pong pag-isipan. At the moment po, ine-enjoy ko po ang pagiging simpleng nurse, stress-free.
Okay.
Pero syempre
Fair
po,
enough.
ginagabayan ko po yung aking dalaga na nagna-nursing. So hopefully po, pag nakagraduate siya, magmamasteral kaming dalawa.
Wow.
Magkaklase po kami.
So of course, you're a nurse. You know that there is marami tayong mga the United Kingdom is in dire need of nursing. So there's quite a lot of nurses in the Philippines who are studying. So ano naman yung maipapayo mo sa kanila? Because our nurses in the Philippines, they want to go abroad, especially they want to come to United Kingdom because nakikita nila na magandang trabaho dito sa United Kingdom. But then,
Okay.
of course, hindi madali at mahirap din mag-change ng career, malayo sa pamilya. So ano yung masasabi mo sa kanila? Are you encouraging them to go abroad, or are you encouraging them to stay back home and help our depleted national health? What can you tell them or advise?
Ate Amy, thank you po. Yes, ako po ay nag-nursing dahil ako po ay hinubog ng aking mga tita na mag-abroad. So,
Tama
kaya
yun.
po ako nag-nursing para po mag-abroad.
Sabi ni tita, sabi ni nanay.
So, ang maipapayo ko lamang po sa ating mga estudyante na nangangarap mag-abroad, syempre po mahal natin ang ating Pilipinas, no? Mahal po nating maglingkod doon. Pero kung kinakailangan po dahil sa estado po ng ating buhay, I'm talking about myself, I really need to go abroad to help my family, to help my nanay and my tatay. Now, if you have the capacity to work and stay in the Philippines and be the good nurse in the Philippines, mas masarap pong mabuhay sa atin. Kasama nyo po yung pamilya nyo, kasama nyo ang nanay at tatay nyo. Kung kayo po ay may pagkakataon na manatili sa Pilipinas, I would suggest you stay in the Philippines. Pero po, kung tayo
Uy, may
ay...
sundot na question.
May lamig.
Yan,
Ang
ha?
lamig. Sige po.
Ang sabi, Babo, ng isang
Oo.
para siyempre kay Charito, ang pag-abroad ba, is it a choice or a necessity?
So sa akin po, it is a necessity and it's my choice. Kasi po, nako, maiiyak po ako nito. Ang tatay ko po ay simpleng government employee sa Philippines.
Hindi na dapat simple yan.
So, kailangan ko po silang tulungan. Kailangan ko pong maiahon ng pamilya namin sa kahirapan. Naiyak na ako, kuya. So, yun nga po ang sinasabi ko. Sa akin po, sa experience ko po, it's my choice and it's a necessity to uplift the kind of life we have before. Hindi naman po mahirap na mahirap, pero may pagkakataon naman po na maging komportable.
I think the fair square of the answer to that question really is, I think lahat naman eh. I mean, hindi naman siguro baka sakaling lumabas o maglakas loob na lumabas ng bansa to weather all this. The weather is very cold, by the way. Freezing sa labas.
Tsaka po yung iba hindi
culture.
naman po necessity, no? Yung iba po choice nila to experience life abroad.
But
Not
I don't think they will,
necessarily poor,
with the
but-
choice you're saying, I don't think they will last long. I can guarantee you that, because life here is not a matter of choice. It's a decision really. You have to work.
Okay, i-backtrack natin si Charito, ha?
Sige po.
Charito, just in case, kung babalikan mo ang buhay mo, kung hindi ka nag-abroad o hindi ka pumunta ng bansa at nagdesisyon para magtrabaho dito, sino si Charito sa ngayon sa Pilipinas?
Nako, parang ang hirap po nung katanungan po na yan, ano. Siguro po kung hindi po ako nag-abroad, that I was given the chance to stay in the Philippines, I would be probably a teacher nurse now.
May sari-sari store ka, no? Alam ko yan eh. Alam ko may sari-sari
Ang
store.
bigas po.
Tama yun.
Di ba? I would be probably...
5 anak yun, ano? Alam ko yun, 5 anak mo. 5 anak mo.
Probably educator nurse po.
Okay.
With 5 kids. Kuya Bob.
Tama ka, sabi ko. Inaala ko lang to, pero alam ko 5 anak mo eh.
Saka po may bigasan. Kasi po yung napangasawa ko,
Mhm.
siya pa rin po ba napangasawa ko? Ako hindi po ako nag-abroad. Mayroon po silang palayan. So siguro po may tindahan po kami ng bigas. sa
Sabi
Philippines.
ko na nga ba eh. May bulaluhan pa, no? Kung gabi, alam ko yan eh. So there you are. That's the some say, the simplified answer to all the question. Kung bakit, if there's much. Sige po, ma'am.
One last question. This is personal.
Mhm.
Alam natin ng mga Pilipino, ang galing kumanta. Magaling ka bang kumanta?
Uy,
Naku po, mahilig po akong kumanta. Kaya lang po yung kanta po walang hilig sa akin.
teka muna.
Sample.
Awatan natin, baka.
Pwede po bang papalakpak na lang po ako?
Oy,
Chorus lang. Kasi nakalive tayo.
sample
Oh
daw,
my
ma'am.
God!
So wala tayong magawa. Light moment. Talagang attorney Balyaw ang nagdidemand, ma'am. Ako, nanginginig ako dito. Bugada kasi to.
Susunod po ako, ha?
Oh, sige po.
Susunod lang po ako, ha?
Ay, susunod ba?
Chorus po ba ng ano?
kayo po. Pwede naman jingle bell, ano ba kahit ano po. Dancing through the snow. Sige po, Christmas. Sige po, ano po ma'am? The love boat, ano ba? Kaya ma'am, hindi. Ang ibig ko sabihin, ang pakay ko lang na para maumpisan, para to get the fire out of Ma'am Charito to start. Kasi medyo ano tawag to? Very ano pa siya eh. Ayaw niyo pa magsimulang kumanta.
Mahilig
Sige po,
po
ma'am.
akong makinig ng kanta, kaya lang kuya talaga, hindi po talaga.
Biro
Hindi
mo
po
yan.
talaga ako pang-aawit. Naman kuya,
Nagawa ko
sagutin
na
niyo
mo.
po ako, sagutin niyo na po ako for today.
Ang alam ko lang kasi yung mga yung mga Bisaya song eh.
Marami tayong mga Bisaya viewers.
Tong olok ginbayo ok atras abante liberty ang demokrasi gawas baby tong olok.
Thank you kuya. I think Ma'am Amy, that is
That's,
acceptable, yeah?
Pwede na ba yon? O sige ma'am, it's your turn now. Yun ang ibig sabihin.
Ano bang kailangan kong kumanta?
Huwag na, tanong natin si Miss Charito.
Okay, sige po.
Charito, kung hindi ka nurse ngayon, ano ka kaya?
Ano ka kaya?
Oo, kung kung hindi ka nag-nurse, ano ba ang ibang profesyon na gusto mong maging?
Alright. Okay.
Opo, bago po akong mag-nurse, gusto ko po talaga maging dentista.
There you are.
Kaya lang po ako, sabi ko nga po sa inyo, ako po'y hinubog na mag-nurse at nagustuhan ko naman po. Pero kung natuloy po sana yung aking pangarap, ako po sana isang dentista na napunta din po sa Inglaterra na nag-care.
Tama yun. Malaking...
Dentist po, kasi po yung tita ko po ay isang matagumpay na dentista sa Philippines at isa po siya sa aking tinitingala.
Yes.
So, kung hindi po ako naging nurse, ako po ay isang dentista. Pero yung pong kapatid ko, siya po ay nagtuloy ng pagiging dentista. At siya po ay dental nurse na po dito sa UK.
Wow. So there you are. So siguro ma'am, I would imagine, dental clinic, Kabanatuan Dental Clinic, owned by Charito Solis. As baba, sari-sari store na naman.
Tindahan ng bigas.
Talaga. So mga kababayan, yun ang mga reality po. Yeah, those are the realities of life in the Philippines, so to speak. Yeah? Alam mo po, hindi naman po madali yung buhay natin dito. Namin, nandito na yan sa UK. So what I really encourage everyone, as what we said, we have the role model in the person of Ma'am Charito Leonardo-Romano. So we can emulate, we can follow. Perhaps if we cannot level off, we can at least show to the world kung ano yung mga Philippines, just what Charito, Ma'am Charito did. Sige, yeah po, sige po.
Our directors is saying that our time is up. So
Time is up.
Ano naman yung final message mo, Ms. Charito,
Sige.
to our viewers?
Final message ko po, thank you po Britanya ngayon. Sana po magpatuloy ang inyong programa with success. Kuya Babo, thank you po sa inyong pagtatanong. Ako po'y pinagpawisan sa inyong mga katanungan. Ang last message ko lamang po ay sa ating mga kababayan, ipagpatuloy po natin ang sinimulan natin even before this award. There are a lot of Filipinos who are working hard. Let's just continue to show them what we can give them and to be thankful that they are also good to us.
Amen.
Lamang po.
Amen.
Thank you po.
So there you are. Hanggang dito na lang tayo. There's so much time we can provide. We can give to all our viewers. On behalf of Britanya ngayon, nandito pong ating napaka magaling na director and lahat-lahat na. Ma'am Carol Panday. And of course, our legal luminary. Yeah? And the bright spokesperson in terms of legal issues. You can elucidate clearly on these issues. Ma'am or attorney Amy Balyao is also with us. And of course, ating kaibigan, I'm sure sa ngayon, nag-enjoy sa basking in the sun ba yung tawag nila? Si Ma'am Susan Pilais Robinson. And of course, ang ating iniidolo rin, isa sa mga community workers at saka community event correspondent, if you like, Rafa. So on behalf of all the group and the team, we'd like to say thank you, and until next time. By the way, there's Halalan 2022. Watch out for it. That's by the 26th of this month. Yan, kasi we want this to be a very open and very, sabihin natin, prudent election to come. Hindi yung puro ano na lang. Okay, Atty. Balya po for the last words.
Okay, maraming salamat po mga viewers, mga supporters ng Britanya ngayon. Maraming salamat sa pagtangkilik nyo ngayong hapon na to. So sa susunod na naman po ulit, sa 26, meron po tayo next Saturday, Amy's Corner naman po. So abangan po natin yon. And then after that, the Halalan 2022. Kami po ay nagpapaalam on behalf ng Britanya ngayon. Maraming salamat sa pagtangkilik mo sa amin, Charito. Ako po si Amy Balyao.
Babo Gamboa.
Carol Panday.
Ito ang Britanya ngayon, laban lang.